There is nothing about her that is authentic. And even today, as she was spamming my Instagram, DMing me, telling me that I was a hoe, and that I can't, she
You're
called me,
irrelevant without her.
I'm irrelevant. She called me a hoe. She said I can't get a man, all of these things, right?
As incredibly professional for a license.
Such a weird.
Right. Well, and here's the funny thing. I posted all of our text threads on my Instagram. She deleted all of them. But I saved them all. And here's something very, very interesting. And I told you this earlier. There were 2 accounts that started rebuttaling me in that video right when I posted it, and Sadia had seen it. And I was like, well, they have the same language as Sadia Khan, and they're saying the exact same things, and they have the exact same argument. And I was like, that's really interesting. And you know what happened is, as I saw that same account went on another creator's account and was saying similar things that were critiquing her right underneath Sadia Khan at the same time. And then when I went back into my Instagram today, because Sadia Khan had deleted all of her text threads, those 2 accounts, those text threads were also deleted. But I keep receipts, guys. I got it all. Yeah. So I'll be posting all that later as well.
Yeah. So I think one of the things, so we've had discussions about narcissism before. And by the way, I'm gonna go over this real quick for those of you who are interested. We talk a lot about, especially in the Men of Action program and on my podcast, people with cluster B personality disorders. Right. So narcissistic personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, which is a psychopath, like Ted Bundy, something like that. And then the last one's borderline personality disorder. For narcissism, part of it is grandiosity. In her mind, she doesn't think she's lying when she says she's not licensed, because those rules don't apply to her. She, in her mind, is smart enough and special enough to where she should not be shackled by the necessity to follow through and get all those things. Again, I'm an amateur astronomer. Like I look at stars and stuff like that. I do not have a PhD in astronomy, and I don't claim to be a full-blown astronomer. She's claiming to be a psychologist without getting the proper education. It's almost like saying I'm a pilot without a PPL, right? And you can also see how dangerous it is for someone to be a pilot without a PPL, or for someone to be a surgeon without an MD, right? The next one is a need for external validation. You guys have seen this before. Also, the other thing, I don't think Jamie has to put waist cinching video things on her deal like Sadia did. Sadia has this thing where very clearly her waist was cinched, so you can there's a video filter where it can make your waist smaller and then
body up. Catalyst.
Yes,
it was. Yeah, well, there was an influencer that saw that and called her out. Yes,
shout out to John.
Sit-ups are the secret.
So Rollo, if you could pull, so I'm so sorry, but I feel like this is very, very important. I want you guys to all see this email that she had sent to somebody, and this is coming from a professional. Yeah, take a look. Take a look at this. This is the one. Take a look at this, everybody. This is Sadia Khan.
I gotta share a screen. Hang on. There you go. Okay.
Look at that smug look.
I made sure to choose a good photo of her.
Oh God.
Yeah, take a look at that. Okay, so this email, let me give you some reference. So this email was actually sent to Dr. Taylor Burrows from somebody. It was not sent to me personally, so I just want to clarify that. And then Dr. Taylor had sent that to me, and so I included it here.
So I know it might be small, some of you guys watching on your phone. You will kill yourself one day, hopefully soon. No normal human is this ugly and this obsessed with strangers. You will kill yourself for sure. Make sure you mention Sadia in your suicide note, just in case you think that she was like being being not figurative. You're having a breakdown. Please don't overdose. It will help you end your obsession, or will kill yourself for sure.
What do you guys think of that?
What a sick bitch!
Wow.
Okay, are we sure that's from her? Are we sure? It just says Sadia Khan.
I'm not. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't put it past her to say stuff like this.
Here's what I can say. So it was not sent to me personally. So that's why I say the narrative that went along with it. The language does sound like her. Yeah. And I think I would defer to Dr. Taylor Burrows for confirmation. Yeah. I can't give that just because it was not sent to me directly. So I will say that. There is a possibility that perhaps it's doctored. It's possible, right? Because I don't have that direct information. However, I think deductive reasoning would suggest follow the behavior pattern. She does this to anybody that challenges her, and the language is the same. She has told multiple people to off themselves, so that fits the narrative, that fits her pattern of behavior. If you challenge her, she attacks you. First, she'll do it publicly, and then when she gets called out for doing that, then she'll slide into your DMs or your email.
That's crazy.
So,
It is crazy.
You would think she'd have better things
let
to do with
me
her
show you what she sent me just today on my
we'll pull those up, and then let me read these real quick.
I see something about a yeast infection.
Yeah, so she said she's commenting on one woman. She says, Karen with full face filter and yeast infection telling me about myself. Girl, you need my videos to know why your man keeps cheating. The second one here, she writes, commented 5'1" porn addict mad at women who expose their addictions and inability to get women
shocked. That was about Goobs.
Yeah. And then for the one with Goob is, boy, you know you're a porn addict and you have to pay for sex with both. Know this about you midget.
Well,
okay,
you look like you are into animal porn.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I mean, this is like it's
let me interject for a minute here. You can see the similarities in the language.
Yep,
you can see the similarities in the topic. So it's not off for me to reasonably conclude that it's probably her. I can't conclusively say that.
Oh no, that's her. No, that part is on Instagram. That's 100%.
Well, I know that's my. I know that's her. That's my clip.
Yeah.
That's her. But like, I'm talking about the email, right? That wasn't directly sent to that. Now there's more, guys. Keep scrolling. There's more. There's so much more. So this was actually sent to me directly from Michelle, who has had multiple encounters with Sadia. In fact, she just sent me some more just a little bit ago, which I haven't, publicized yet. But yeah, I mean, you can see how she's, I mean, this is Sadia Khan, just yesterday tagged me in her video criticizing me for not being a girl's girl. Does this look like a girl's girl to you?
Absolutely.
Just an hour ago, she posted on her story, tagged me in, and I have screenshots of it saying that I'm envious and jealous of her and that I have attacked her and that she would never attack anybody. And within the same breath, she DMs me this video and then starts to call me a whore and I'm no good and nobody will, I mean, we can pull the DMs up. You can see it for yourself.
I got Taylor Burris just kind of commented here. She said, it wasn't me. It was to a follower of mine who sent it to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and
she
then
got that.
She said, also, yes, a follower of mine from social media from over 2 years ago when I exposed her.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple things.
Hi, Taylor.
Yes, for sure. A couple things I want to go over here. Going back to what we said before about the tenets of narcissism, right? If she had, guys, realistically, like think of Shira 7. Shira 7's massively popular. She doesn't claim to be a psychologist. Like she could probably sell shit on TikTok Shop and make millions of dollars. Sadia Khan could have just been some cute chick from Dubai with a really, a unique British accent, just saying, hey, ladies, do this instead of this. And she would have gone mega popular without going off and saying that she was a psychologist. But she needed that external piece of validation. She needed
the superiority.
For sure.
She needed the grandiosity that appealed to her narcissistic tendencies.
Which is the next part, entitlement. So I want you guys to actually look this up. All of you do this individually. What are the tenets of narcissism? Entitlement, that she believes she deserves special treatment. Not going to school and calling yourself a psychologist is called special treatment. You don't have to get in line with everyone else because you're special and different. The next one is exploitativeness. Use people for their tools, status, resources, sex, or emotional regulation. The other one is low or conditional empathy. The big one that you'll find with all the cluster B personality disorders is the low empathy. So for narcissism, sociopathy, and with the borderline, you're going to find that people just don't have empathy for other people. We're actually going to do a video. We're going to show a video with Owen Cook here where these women come on there and they're Owen's like, hey, men are having a hard time getting jobs right now. And the women are like, we don't fucking care. And it's like, it's just so clear that social media has taken their empathy away. You also see this. Empathy is a very high functioning thing that happens in the human brain. A lot of other animals can't feel empathy. And so when you see people get addicted to cocaine or getting excessively abuse alcohol, one of the first things that goes is their ability to empathize with other people. I remember a girl years ago. she was asking me to find her blow at Omnia. And I was like, I don't do drugs. I don't do anything like that. She looks at her friend and like, where did you find this fucking commenter? Or where did you find, you guys like, where did you find this, this brokey or some shit like that? And I was like, wow, that's crazy that she felt that way.
I'm right here.
And she called,
I can hear you.
But she called me, she messaged me the next day and said, I'm sorry for saying that, but that's what happens. The empathy goes away. I've had 2 business partners get addicted to cocaine, and then they all of a sudden they start doing things that are in grandiose nature. The next one is fragile self-esteem beneath the surface. So obviously we can see that. That's pretty clear. Ideation, devaluation, discard cycle. So this is also from borderline personality disorder. So someone's incredible, great, terrific. I heard Sadia talking about our good friend James Sexton. He's my favorite person in New York. And then next thing, everyone else is a horrible, horrible person. And then self-esteem, self-enhancement through association. So she's doing that. Like, and that's one of the, that's really why Rolo and I got involved with this. Like, I am a fan of Chris Williamson. I'm disappointed that Chris Williamson thought that it was a better idea to have Sadia Khan and Bonnie Blue on his show before he had Rolo Tomasi. I think that really does say a lot about the society in general. Like, is it because they have more clout? Because it's not because what they have to say is more relevant. It clearly isn't. So that becomes problematic to me. And I'm saying that as a fan of his. Same thing with Soft White Underbelly. Same thing with all these other places. Jay Shetty. I believe she was on Diary of a CEO. All those places are willing to go with someone who fits their narrative rather than someone who tells the truth. And then the next one is a lack of responsibility. This is a huge one that goes with a lack of empathy, a lack of responsibility. Martha Stout has a terrific book. Recommend to all you guys. It's called Conquering the Sociopath Next Door. One of the things she talks about in the book is that you can't tell if someone's a sociopath. You're not a doctor. But if you can find some reason why somebody didn't take accountability 3 times in your life, maybe it's 2, that's somebody you don't need in your life. So somebody, it's clearly their fault and they won't take accountability for it 2 or 3 times in their life. That's somebody that you need to eject for your life. Emotional insecurity, black and white thinking, envy and competitiveness, emotional vampirism. Image is greater than reality, fear of intimacy. And then there's one other, which is a lack of impulse control. And you know where you can see a lack of impulse control? I'll suck his dick on your birthday and your wedding day. That's a lack of impulse control. To say that, it's also a lack of impulse control for her to be be in a relationship, having sex with an engagement.
Compulsively emailing
people
that's
you
don't like.
Compulsively, like even
texting.
just like it's called narcissistic injury, right? And so what she does is the ego is bruised. So you have to protect that. You like, oh my God, something challenged me. Now remember, she's superior. So if something challenges you, you have to domineer that. You have to own that. You have to master that. The thing is that narcissists lack self-awareness. They don't realize how ridiculous they look because their sense of superiority and grandiosity blocks that. So she's over here feeling like she's winning and she doesn't know that the world is watching her crash out.
Right. One of the things I'll give you my armchair diagnosis with my BA in psychology. One of the things I have noticed, especially coming into sort of the influencer realm or in the social media age, is there tends to be a lot of people believe their own bullshit and they become pathological. Pathological personalities are drawn to social media, drawn to this kind of stuff because they can build up this narrative in this world. What's a pathological liar? It's a guy who believes in his own bullshit, right? And the worst thing you can tell a pathological personality is the word no. Because if you say, no, you're full of shit, no, I disagree with you, no, whatever, that conflicts with the entire world that they have created for themselves because they're so hung up on people in just aggrandizing them and legitimizing them. So when I see Sadia Khan on Soft White Underbelly sitting next to Dr. Orion Taraban and casually dancing around.
Orion hit me up afterwards. She goes, yo, this Sadia shit is crazy. Orion hit me up afterwards. He's like, you seeing this shit?